Good morning, everybody. It's Lindsay Hellis with SPS back in the building for another SPS Monday Motivation. That's right. Let's get it on this kind of cool Monday. It was a kind of wet weekend, but that's okay. It was graduation time. I got to get out and play a little bit of golf, getting ready for this golf season. Hey, it was swinging real good, too, off the tee. Hitting my blades real good. Hey, they had a walk-off putt. So, hey, I'm feeling real good, though. But, this game giveth and taketh away. And for all my golfers out there, I left with more balls than I came with, meaning that how you go looking for a ball, you find another one. So I was getting replacements and all that. So, hey, good karma for the golf season. It's a good thing. But what do we want to talk about today? Don't paint red flags green. Woo! If I ain't talking to you, I'm talking to myself. It's okay. You don't got to chime in because this is a message we all can benefit from. But what do I mean by that? What is a red flag? It's a commonly used term. What's a red flag, folks? Red flag can be defined as a warning sign of potential harm or danger, emotional, physical, or relational. It comes in so many forms. It could be in our personal relationships. It could be when we're out and about. It could be at work, all these type of things. But red flags are real. And we talk about ignoring red flags. The American Psychological Association, always a great resource. Ignoring red flags can lead to poor outcomes in relationships, performance, and mental health. That's, again, coming from the American Psychological Association. If I had to bet who this could be, I got my brother Aaron Mays checking in. Say, good morning, Lindsay. Good morning, brother. How you doing, man? Hope all is well. Talking about ignoring red flag. Hey, brother, sometimes the red flag can be as red as this Moneyball sweatshirt I got on. Shout out to my guy, Desmond Ferguson, and Moneyball Pro-Am that's coming up this summer. The golf outing coming up. Looking forward to being a part of that. And this Breakfast of Champions taking place over the next few weeks as well. But yeah, Aaron, it can be real out here, man. I think it's important that we work on that. Okay, this is helpful right here. I think this is important because I think a lot of times people really get down on themselves when they find themselves ignoring red flags, right? We take it personal and we may look at it as our own shortcoming. But isn't this something? We talk about the brain's comfort bias. The brain's comfort bias. I didn't say Aaron's comfort bias. I didn't say Lindsay's comfort bias or whomever. This is our brain. We have a comfort bias. And what is that? The brain is wired to seek safety and familiarity, even if it's harmful. Oh, my goodness. I think we got something going on right here. Got Michelle Mimi Watkins. Good morning, Michelle. I'm just saying, you always have perfect attendance. Always number one. But today, Aaron got here first. I don't know whatever mishap you may have had. Something may change in the schedule. But Aaron got on first. But hey, I love you to death. You know how it goes. Appreciate you. I got my boy going way back to McKinney and Tab. Dwayne Whitley. Good morning, brother. How you doing, man? So good to see you checking in. That's the benefit of social media. You can stay connected and all these feelings and emotions. Man, we used to cut up in both elementary and middle school, didn't we? Yeah, we moved on. We're doing good, man. I know you're a family man doing your thing. I appreciate you. But I do want to emphasize this point to everyone who's listening. The brain is wired to seek safety and familiarity, even if it's harmful. It's not just you. You're not weak-minded. You're not, a pushover, gullible, all these type of negative terms people may refer to you or you may refer to yourself as well. My brother said, good times, man. You're absolutely right. Good times, man, for sure. But I think it's important to emphasize that because we can do what? Get down on ourselves because of that. And then we have this theory that goes back as far as 1957, the theory of cognitive dissonance. You may have heard this term, but cognitive dissonance leads us to dismiss discomfort to protect our worldview. We look the other way. We downplay it. We say, we come up with an excuse because we want to protect our worldview. You don't want to see them as it really is, right? That's cognitive dissonance. And it's a dangerous thing because when it relates to that, a lot of people can be hurt when you do that because you're not really recognizing reality. Hope over evidence. We elected a president with, hope, and that's important, especially for Black people who've been through the struggle and just all people for that matter. I'm not just going to exclude the Black people, but I will identify Black folks and our unique struggle in America and throughout the world. But we go with the hope over the actual evidence. Like I said, just as red as my man's Moneyball sweatshirt, right? Also, people often believe others will change. Oh, God. Hey, pass the plate. I'm feeling some kind of way. People often believe others will change or things will get better despite the repeated negative patterns. What did Dave Chappelle teach us about? Habitual line crossing. He talked about the late Charlie Murphy, may he rest in peace. He said Rick James was a habitual line crosser. Hey, man, I'm sorry for cracking up. I'm having a good time today, as life should be. People are habitual line crossers. Keep doing it over and over and over again. And what do? We try to dismiss it. Oh, they go change. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna talk to him, right? Ezra Bell said, "Grand Rising, friend. How you doing, man?" And we out here to get it, man, and we go get it all as well. Hope the young men are doing well. Hope the family is well, brother. Good to hear from you. Always good to chop it up with you. You know how we do. But I just want to say this: what do? We say, "Oh no, it'll be okay." That's that cognitive dissonance. I'm gonna talk to him. I talked to him about it. Yeah, okay. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Listen, maybe I'm just getting older. I'll be 50 next year. And people look at me like, man, you'll be 50. I think my mother, for her genes, and my family, when my great Aunt Louisiana Hines passed at 114, people thought she was 80. So my point being is, as you get older, you just kind of see it for what it is, right? Also, this is rooted in this optimism bias, the belief that it won't happen to me. Oh, they ain't gonna do me like that. Man, I don't know. They ain't gonna do me like that. Flag as red as this sweatshirt, right? But you still saying, oh, it ain't gonna happen to me like that. Ezra Bell, wait a minute. Let me go back to Ezra real quick. He said, nope, patterns of behavior, habitual line crosses, gotta go. Hey, if y'all don't know Ezra, you don't know when he said he was like, nope. I know my guy. Hey, what you say? It's just hit 50 on Easter. Yeah, I know, man. I know. It's crazy out here, man. But we go get it together. You got to dress for it and get out there and do it, man. So let's talk about that with the time that we have also. Ezra said, nope, habitual line cross, you see it for what it is. But what is it? We want to talk about this emotional attachment and these trauma bonds. I just got introduced to this term trauma bond, and that's a powerful statement, man. That really hits home because it's kind of self-explanatory, right? What happens is our emotional investment can cloud our judgment. You invested. Not even financially, you've been spending time, you've been showing up, you done did this, you in there, right? But I got some more stuff that's gonna hit you just as much because past trauma can create an unhealthy loyalty, causing us to normalize the red flags. This comes from the book, The Betrayal Bond, that came out, about 15 years ago. The Betrayal Bond. Again, past trauma can create unhealthy loyalty, causing us to normalize the red flags. We think it's, hey, this is normal, man. This abuse, this disrespect, this all these type of things that may be consistent in this relationship, whether it's interpersonal, professional, whatever it may be. But we have this type of loyalty, and we've kind of normalized these flags. You got the fear of confrontation or loss. Ooh, Lindsay, who you talking to? I talk to myself. I don't got to be talking to you, but I think it's hitting home for everybody. You don't want no confrontation. Someone in my life that's no longer in my life, put it that way, they say, you like conflict. You like confrontation. I say, I don't. I say, I just don't have a problem with it. It's not that I like it, but me personally, I don't have a problem with it if it's about getting something done. But for the most part, that's a personality trait. That's a character trait that I possess. Everybody's not like that. Many people are like, you know what? They'll let a whole lot of stuff to do what? Avoid confrontation. Am I talking to somebody? Is somebody out there? Is this hitting on somebody? Because I think this is a real thing. Or what? Loss. Don't want to be by yourself. Right, you could be in the most toxic relationship, but they come over every night. They probably there every night because they live with you, but you don't want to go through the loss, and maybe it's something else is going on. Somebody said, "What? Okay, I hit. Oh, okay, Ezra hit it. Normalizing red flag. Yo, normalizing it. We do, but go back to the beginning of the presentation. We talked about this cognitive dissonance. We just used to it. Or we don't want the confrontation, or we don't want the loss. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be pegged as an angry black man, angry black woman. Angry white man, angry white woman, Karen, Ken. Hey, I throw it all about. This is all universal. But these are the things that make us say, well, I don't want to challenge this because I don't want this to come back on me. And they be looking at me crazy. Meanwhile, you don't want to need to be in a straitjacket because of what's going on. What else we got going on as well? We talk about when we ignore the red flags, it's often a survival tactic. That's it. Whether you're from 7 Mile in Detroit, whether you're on the west side of the state, wherever you may be, whether it's corporate, whether it's professional, whether it's personal, whether it's interpersonal, whatever it may be, it's a survival tactic. Because what do you want to avoid? The 3 things: conflict, rejection, and abandonment. You don't want no smoke, right? For those who may not understand this colloquial term, not wanting smoke, meaning you don't want to have any conflict. When some people, they say they want all the smoke. All right, break that down okay for you? Also, you don't want the rejection. You don't want to feel rejected because it is human nature to be a part of something. That's why we formed tribes early on. We were not individuals as man moving on. We were together as groups. And also, you don't want the abandonment. I mean, abandonment is not cool. You can say you tough, you this and that, but that's a hurt feeling, man. That's why a lot of relationships, man, people, what they do, they go back first. Oh, I'm just talking about me? You go back first. because you're not ready for that abandonment until you say, no, I gotta go, I gotta move on. Whether it's professional, whether it's personal, whatever. Okay, I'm talking to somebody. It's okay. You know what? Your side, you don't gotta say nothing. I know it's hitting somewhere because it's hitting me. This is also tied to the attachment theory and fear of being alone. Goes back to a book in 1988 called A Secure Base. Hey, that says it all. We want this so-called perceived secure base, an attachment theory, and this fear of being alone. Also, what else we got? We got social pressure and image management. Ooh, social pressure. Hey, man, what's going to happen when we show up at church? What's going to happen when we go here? And then your image, right? They say, well, what up, man? I thought you was with so-and-so. I thought y'all was over here. I thought you was doing that. Aaron said, what? This hitting real close on Aaron. I know I was begging for an amen, but I appreciate you, Aaron, to bring it home, right? It's hitting close to home because I think this is a real thing, right? What's that term? What will others think if I walk away? Man, we'd be so concerned about other people. Do you know if I really focus on other people, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now with SPS. My life, how I feel as a parent, how I feel as a son, how I feel as, just a brother serving my community going forward. Because we always worry about what will they think. I walked away from a corporate job, 6 figures in corporate America, worked for Walmart, had Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. I was a senior manager for public affairs and government relations, had a brand new Explorer. I didn't know how much gas cost because I was putting gas, had a corporate credit card, all this type of stuff, big bonus, double figure bonus, whatever, whatnot, every year. But my spirit was weak. And I knew that wasn't going to be what my legacy was supposed to be, especially with my daughter being born. And now she's turning 13 in a week or so. And I'm able to be the father I always wanted to be for her going forward. Got another comment right here. Tamara Hunt Williams. Good morning, Tamara. Walking away from things or people, I think of that as seasons in my life. And for me, that works. I like that. Tamara is giving us some good insight. Think about you in a new season. It don't have to be fall, winter, summer, spring. It could be, hey, I got a new season. I got to turn the page. That's a great analogy to look at that so you can be strong going forward. Tamara, I always appreciate you checking in. Got love for Trey and Teddy, my guys, as well. Also, what we're going to finish with. Speaking of that, great transition, talking about athletes. Athletes, leaders, and high achievers often feel pressure to maintain appearances, even if there's a toxic experience. That goes back to 1959 research, the presentation of self in everyday life. Going back, athletes, leaders, high achievers, and they often feel pressure to maintain appearances, even if things are toxic. So many times we be caught up on something, worried about what other people think, and they ain't even like that. We so caught up on what they own. Tamara, I appreciate you coming in. That was a perfect transition. Also, when red flags affect performance, we're going to bring it home with this. Red flags in a relationship, team dynamics, or leadership they affect your focus. Man, I'm caught up on this. Your confidence, your mental health, your trust, and teamwork. It make Mondays real bad. Thank God for the Monday motivation, right? They say, hey, Monday mornings between 10 and 12 when people have the most heart attacks because they so stressed about their job situation. We got to be mindful of that. Also, what are some real world examples? A dysfunctional team culture. I got coaches on here. You know what that's about. Poor coach-player relationships. Hey, and let's shift it from athletics to the professional world. Hey, poor relationship between the manager and the employee. All these type of things can play out. So what are we going to do? We're all about solutions, right? SPS, Sports Psychology Solutions. How to start noticing and acting, okay? Slow down and reflect regularly. Sometimes we be going so fast, we be speeding through them red lights, no pun intended. But we just going so fast and we don't take time to reflect. Sometimes we do it because we're scared. We don't know what we don't want to face the reality. Also, keep a red flag of mental notes. Base this on your gut reaction. Like, ooh, that wasn't cool. Don't downplay it. Make a mental note. Also, remember, boundaries protect your peace. If you're looking for peace, you got to put up a boundary, right? Last thing, motivation and takeaway. Don't paint red flags green. Ignoring red flags will delay your growth. And finally, trust your intuition. It is informed by experiences. This intuition is not just coming from nowhere. It's informed by the experiences and the things that you've been through. And I'll leave you with this. I don't need no painters on here painting over stuff, trying to paint something red green when you know what it really is. A lot of us turn into painters, trying to paint something green when it's really red. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the energy. Thank you for the support. I want you to go out there, have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great month. Have a great year. Have a great life. And I appreciate you guys so much supporting the platform. And looking forward to some great things. Shout out to my guy, Desmond Ferguson. Looking forward to some great things this summer. Got some exciting things that will be coming up. Looking forward to sharing. Hey, Lindsay Huddleston, SPS, love you. And I appreciate all the love you give back. See you next time. Peace. The Blands, got to shout you out before I cut off. Peace, brother. Appreciate you, Lavelle.